Hey folks, it's Greg with Strange RV Tours, and today I am at Woodlawn Cemetery in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I'm here to see a Mr. Marvin Shumate. He was a murder victim. Alright, if you decide you want to come out here and see Marvin's gravesite, the entrance for the cemetery is right off of Las Vegas Boulevard. It's located at 1500 North Las Vegas Boulevard. And when you turn into the cemetery, you'll come straight into the entrance, about halfway back into the cemetery. You'll come right down this road right here. And as you're approaching the flagpole, you can park right over here where my white car is and walk right over to this aisle here. He's located in spot number U692. We'll head back over here to his gravesite. I'll tell you a little bit about him. Remembered with love, Marvin W. Shumate, September 4th, 1924, died December 2nd, 1967. Marvin Shumate was a taxi driver here in Las Vegas. He was down on his luck and looking for a way to make some quick money. So he devised a scheme in which he would kidnap Ted Binion. Ted Binion was the son of Benny Binion, the owner of the Horseshoe Casino. At the time, the Horseshoe Casino was the biggest money-making casino in all of Las Vegas. Marvin had a son that was good friends with Ted Binion. That's what gave him the idea. Marvin figured if he kidnapped Ted Binion, he could hold him for ransom and his money problems would be solved. But he couldn't do it alone. He knew he had to have a partner. So he enlisted a friend of his to help out. The friend that he chose, Marvin didn't know this, but the friend that he chose was actually an informant for Benny Binion. Before he could pull off the kidnapping, Marvin was murdered. He was found in the desert with a gunshot wound to the chest, actually a shotgun wound to the chest, and a bullet wound to the head. Sounds a lot like a mob killing. Benny Binion was an old-time casino boss. He started his career in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. He operated in a few illegal casinos in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And sometime, I believe in the 1940s, they had a change in the district attorney. And the new district attorney was going to come down hard on gambling. Benny had killed 2 people in his past in Dallas, in the Dallas area. Both times it was said to be self-defense. He never served any time in jail. Benny loaded up his 2 suitcases full of cash, put them in the back of his Cadillac, and drove to Las Vegas, where he purchased the Horseshoe Casino. Now Benny is a Las Vegas legend. He's one of the guys that helped build Las Vegas into what it is today, the gambling mecca of the world. But he also had some ties to the mafia. And he also had a very big file over at the FBI's office. They had been watching him for years. Although Benny was a suspect in the murder of Marvin Shumate, he was never charged, and I don't believe that the case was ever solved. If there's one group of people I wouldn't want to mess with in Las Vegas, it would be the casino owners. This town was built on gambling. This town would be tiny if it wasn't for gambling and tourism. But Marvin, may you rest in peace. May someday we figure out who exactly did this to you. I can kind of understand Marvin's situation a little bit. When my wife and I first moved to Las Vegas, we were in the painters union. And when the economy collapsed, we both lost our jobs on the same day. We went to the union hall to put our name on the out of work list. And usually there'd be a list of maybe 10, 20 names on the list. Well, this time, what we didn't know was everybody in town got laid off. Every casino in town was laying off all of their construction and paint crews. And when we went to sign the out of work list, there was over 1,500 people in front of us that would get a job. So looking for part-time work, we decided we'd drive cabs for a while. That was the funnest job I ever had. Same with Janet. You get to see people having a good time, dressed up all fancy, going out to shows and casinos. It was a lot of fun. But most of the taxi rides in Las Vegas are from casino to casino or casino to the airport. They're not big rides, so you have to really push to get a decent income. And we really loved being taxi drivers, but there just wasn't enough money in it. And luckily we ended up going into truck driving and did much better there. But I can definitely understand how Marvin felt when he wasn't making enough money to support himself or his family. But my goodness, kidnapping somebody, that's a dark path to go down, especially when you're thinking about kidnapping somebody as high profile as Ted Binion. So anyhow, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell up in the corner, share these videos, and until next time, you have a nice day.